වෙනුවෙන්.
Good evening. Welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Kasuni Balachandra.
A very good evening to you. I'm Dishan Veerakovan and here are your headlines for tonight. Ambalipitiya High Court Judge Gihan Pilipitiya has been interdicted. MP Ranjan Ramanayaka made a statement to the Parliament. Information has surfaced over an alleged financial irregularity of 500 million rupees committed by former Minister Mangala Samaravira. The Speaker says the forensic audit report of the bond scam case will be presented to the Parliament. China's top leaders have warned the officials to publicize the information pertaining to the spread of virus in the country.
Moving on to those and other stories in detail. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya says that the forensic audit report regarding the bond scam case is feasible to be tabled in the Parliament. Addressing the Parliament, the Speaker said he believes that the ongoing judicial procedures will not be hindered from the move. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya said he has ruled that the forensic audit report collection issued by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka regarding the bond scam case is feasible to be tabled in the Parliament. He said that his decision will be relevant to maintain ongoing and future judicial procedures on the collection of reports of the bond scam case in a proper and legal condition. The Speaker said he believes that the judicial procedures on the case will not be hindered from this decision.
Meanwhile, parliamentarian Ranjan Ramanayaka apologized from the parties whom were inconvenienced over the telephone recordings. He made a special statement in the Parliament today clarifying on this regard. MP Ramanayaka was taken to the Parliament from the prison in a prison bus. Parliamentarian Ranjan Ramanayaka apologized from the parties whom were inconvenienced over the telephone recordings during his special statement to the Parliament. He added that the publicizing of the telephone recordings was not intentional. He said that he will table all the call recordings which were not revealed to the country to the Parliament. He said that the public has the right to be aware of the conversations he carried out with judges, chief justices, cabinet ministers and state leaders. He said that he has telephone recordings of Arjun Aloysius over the bond scam issue. He said that the recording will indicate how Arjun Aloysius attempted to bribe him. He said that he also has video footages to prove his claims. He added that he has evidence for most court cases. He said that many have claimed that they obtained reports from Shania Besekara and he agreed to the claims. He said that he was requested to say that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has stolen a bell from a temple. He added that he denied the request as he always prefers to speak the truth. He said that he will carry out all his work with a good conscience. He said that he will not accept any characterizations made by thieves and the corrupted. He then requested to establish a commission and he will bring necessary documents to the commission. He said that he has no telephone recording with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
Ambalipitiya High Court Judge Gihan Pilipitiya has been interdicted. The Judiciary Services Commission has taken this step considering the alleged charges levelled against him over the controversial telephone conversation with parliamentarian Ranjan Ramanayaka. The investigation report on this incident has been handed over to the President by the Judiciary Services Commission. Accordingly, the Ambalipitiya High Court judge was interdicted. He has already provided a statement to the Colombo Crimes Division over the incident. Interdicted former magistrate of Baddegama, Damika Hemapala, was appeared before the Court Crimes Division today to record a statement over the controversial telephone conversation with parliamentarian Ranjan Ramanayaka. He arrived at the premises at around 2:15 p.m. and left after 3 hours. Colombo Crimes Division obtained statements from judges Padmini Ranavaka and Gihan Pilipitiya over the controversial telephone conversations with MP Ramanayaka. The statements were obtained in accordance to an order issued by the Attorney General to the Colombo Crimes Division.
A special ceremony was held today to commemorate the 48th anniversary of the National Film Corporation and the 73rd anniversary of the local audible cinema in the country. The ceremony was organized at the Tarangani Film Theatre at the Film Corporation premises under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. 10 artists received pensions. Today's program also consisted of the award ceremony of the workshop organized on film posters, photography and document preservation. 1,350 films have been screened thus far, from Kadavanu Poranduwa to Tsunami Film Creations in the Sinhala cinema. Chairman of National Film Corporation Jayantha Dharmadasa and Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka were present on this occasion. Meanwhile, the government says that the price rates of 2,621 goods out of close to 3,200 varieties of goods have been reduced with the tax concessions. State Minister Priyadarshana Yapa said that the government is expected to reduce the price rates of another 554 essential goods in the near future. State Minister Priyadarshana Yapa said that the price rates of 2,621 goods out of close to 3,200 varieties of goods have been reduced. He said that discussions have been initiated on how to reduce the price rates of 554 goods. He said that all have agreed to provide the benefits of tax concessions to the public. He added that 8 goods will be sold at a concessionary rate through the Satosa network.
වීතක විශාල වශයෙන් වෙළඳපළට එනවා. ඒ වී අස්වැන්නත් සමග සහල් නිෂ්පාදනයේ සාමාන්‍ය තත්ත්වයට ආපුවාම මිල ගණන් වල ඍජු අඩුවීමකුත් පාරිභෝගිකයන්ට සාධාරණකුත් ඉටු කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා අපි
The minister said that the government expects to reduce the prices of rice in the near future as the harvesting of paddy has been commenced in many districts thus far.
Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka, Cheng Shu's UN, says that certain entities have circulated false information, citing that the Hambantota port has been completely handed over to the Chinese government. He made these remarks during his visit to Kandy today. The Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka visited the Sri Dalada Maligava and invoked blessings from the tooth relic. He was welcomed by the Diyamadane Nilame Pradeep Nilangadala. Subsequently, the ambassador arrived at the Malvatta Mahavihara and visited the chief incumbent of Malvatta chapter, the most venerable Tibbatuwe Sri Siddhartha Sumangala Thera. He engaged in a discussion with the Mahanayaka Thera. During the discussions, the ambassador has said that the economic development will be improved and employment opportunities will be facilitated for the youth in the country through the development of the Colombo port city and the Hambantota port.
China and Sri Lanka, good friends, good neighbors, and good partners. Face the future, we can work together and enhance bilateral relations. At certain time, President Gotabaya will visit China. Today, I visit Kandy to enhance our two countries' Buddhist exchanges.
The Norway ambassador to Sri Lanka, Trine Joranli Eskedal, says that Norway will extend their fullest cooperation for the clean and renewable energy investments in Sri Lanka. She said that both Norway and Sri Lanka are committed to decrease carbon emissions. The Norwegian Embassy in Colombo, in partnership with the University of Jaffna, hosted the expert panel discussion titled A New Decade Investing in Clean Energy in Sri Lanka. Many topics related to clean energy were discussed during the discussion, including new technological solutions and the governance of renewable energy sector in Sri Lanka. The panel discussion was held with the participation of many scholars, experts and other stakeholders.
The International Energy Agency believes that global energy demand will grow by 30% over the next 25 years. This is mainly due to population growth and higher standards of living. According to available figures, in 2015, 52% of Sri Lanka's electricity was generated through fossil fuels. In 2016, Sri Lanka while attending the COP22 in Morocco, pledged to use only renewable energy to generate electricity by 2050. Though both Norway and Sri Lanka are small ocean states located in two very different corners of the world, our common challenge is to curb emissions, to mitigate climate change, and to ensure affordable and secure energy for all. Both Norway and Sri Lanka are committed to decrease carbon emissions. We have also developed long-term plans to increase the use of energy, clean technology, to tackle future energy demands. While Norway is a small country, we are a big actor when it comes to energy. As Sri Lanka transitions to 100% clean energy by 2050, as much of that energy should be possible should come from natural sources like solar and wind, both which are available in plenty and are free. Norway is working closely with local partners in Sri Lanka to achieve this long-term goal by improving the mix of environmental friendly energy sources.
We are proud and happy to work as a partner or contribute as a partner of this clean energy project, because we realize a generation of energy and or without polluting the environment very essential for good future of our young generation.
Now, the Sinhala Rave organization claims that former Minister Mangala Samaravira is alleged to have committed a financial irregularity worth 500 million rupees by issuing 4 FL-type excise licenses. Now, Secretary General of the organization, Venerable Magal Khande Sudatta Thera, visited the Excise Commissioner's Department today to inform on this regard. The Thera said that an inquiry was made over the measures taken on the complaints lodged regarding the artificial toddy production.
The Colombo High Court issued notice on the revision petition filed by the Attorney General against granting bail to former Minister Dr. Rajatha Senaratne. Former Minister Rajatha Senaratne has been charged for allegedly organizing the controversial White Van media briefing during the last presidential election. The Attorney General filed the revision petition seeking a revision and annulment of the order issued by the Chief Magistrate of Colombo releasing former Minister Rajatha Senaratne on bail. Considering the submissions, High Court Judge Manjula Tilakaratne stated that there are sufficient grounds to hear the petition. Accordingly, the petition will be heard on 6th of March. Accordingly, the High Court Judge ordered to submit any objections to the case on the 23rd of this month. Meanwhile, United National Party parliamentarian Shantabe Sekara, who was in remand custody, was granted bail today. He had been arrested after being charged with the illegal possession of a firearm while taking part in an unlawful assembly. The case will be taken up for hearing on the 6th of February.
Meanwhile, Minister Dalas Alaperuma has instructed the Secretary to the Ministry of Education to draft a new circular regarding the student enrollment to grade 1 in schools. This move has come after considering certain illogical and unjust facts contained in the circular issued by the Ministry of Education in the recent past regarding the test carried out to enroll students in grade 1. Disregarding the permit issued by the government instead of the permanent deeds to prove the permanent residency of the parents and disregarding of the residency of one of the parents in their inherited properties are among the neglected facts issued in the circular. Complaints have been received by the Education Ministry claiming that an injustice has occurred on considerable amount of students through the circular. Minister Dalas Alaperuma has instructed the Secretary to the Ministry of Education to issue a new circular for the next year, considering the delays occurred in obtaining land deeds and permits and land disputes prevailing in the grassroots levels. Meanwhile, the Cabinet approval has been granted in order to apply to obtain the permission of the Supreme Court requesting to increase the number of students enrolled to a grade 1 class in a school up to 40 students. A court ruling has indicated that the number of students enrolled into grade 1 class in a school should be up to 35. The pressure and management difficulties faced by the teachers in charge of primary classes will be resolved with the recruitment of teacher assistants for primary classes. Accordingly, the Ministry of Education has indicated that another difficulty will be resolved to provide education for students across the country after the completion of relevant legal procedures.
A German court has sentenced a suspect to 6 years and 10 months imprisonment for being an accessory to the murder of renowned diplomat, former Foreign Minister Lakshman Kadiragama. He was charged for providing crucial information on the whereabouts of former Foreign Minister to the LTTE. The regional court in Stuttgart concluded that the defendant, previously identified only as Navanitanji, is in line with German privacy rules, had tipped off members of the Tamil Tigers separatist groups about Lakshman Kadiragama's whereabouts. Defendant, who had applied for asylum in Germany in 2012, was a member of the Tamil Tigers intelligence unit. LTTE has been named as a terrorist organization in many countries, including Germany. The group was defeated by Sri Lanka government troops in 2009 following decades-long civil war. Greta Thunberg has challenged political leaders and the media to listen to the science as she warned time was running out to tackle global warming. Speaking on a panel of young environmentalists at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Thunberg said the increase in global temperature could be kept below 1.5 Celsius if the world continued to use up its limited carbon budget at its current rate.
Pretty much nothing has been done since the global emissions of CO2 has not reduced.
Swedish activist Greta Thunberg urged the media and world leaders to listen to her message on climate change as she appeared on a panel at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where US President Donald Trump is the headline speaker.
If we are to have a 67% chance of limiting the global average temperature rise to below 1.5 degrees Celsius, we had on January 1st, 2018, about 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit. Since last summer, I've been repeating these numbers over and over again in almost every speech. But honestly, I don't think I have once seen any media outlets or person in power communicated this and what it means. I know you don't want to report about this. I know you don't want to talk about this. But I assure you I will continue to repeat these numbers until you do.
Young activists have travelled to the Swiss ski resort following in Thunberg's footsteps as a new generation put world leaders in their sights.
Now, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that he aspires to witness all Sri Lankans living together as one nation, similar to the lives of twins. The Prime Minister emphasised that one Sri Lankan community should be created similar to twins born in the same country and living together without any ethnic divisions. The Prime Minister made these remarks at the Twins gathering held at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium yesterday. The event was held as a gathering organised together by the world's largest twins community. The aim was to clinch the world record on this event. The colourful event was filled with many cultural performances of twin children. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the aspiration of the nation is to witness the Sri Lankan living in one country in a similar manner to the twins born in the same family and thinking and living together irrespective of Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim ethnic divisions. He said that twins can also be found in politics though they were not born to the same family. He added that the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Party has become a twin party along with the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Samasamaja Party and Communist Party, standing together on behalf of the country. Also, he said that the imperialistic allegiance of several political parties can be identified by their names and they exist together. The Prime Minister said that a request has been made to declare a national day for twins and the government is expected to follow the necessary procedure on this regard. Meanwhile, the government has initiated the program to provide jobs for graduates in addition to the 100,000 job program. This was revealed at a media briefing held in Colombo today. State Minister Dayasiri Jayasekara said that a program has been composed to provide a 6-month training for beneficiaries who have obtained job opportunities within a proper mechanism. He said that the applications have been provided for every division. He added that the completed applications should be handed over to their respective Grama Seva Niladhari officers before February the 15th. He said that the applicant below the age of 35 years will be given the priority under the program. The State Minister said that a 22,500 rupees worth of allowance will also be provided during the training period. He said that the opportunity will be provided to appoint them into a permanent employment position in the government along with a salary and allowances in their respective permanent residential areas. He said that after completing a 20 years of permanent employment period, the employees will receive a pension. He said that politically motivated programs to provide jobs will be concluded through this project.
The Ministry of Education has dismissed false rumours spread over the alleged decrease of the value of the school uniform vouchers for students. The government has allocated 1,500 million rupees for the school uniform vouchers for this year. Accordingly, the value of the vouchers has been increased up to 525 rupees for the school uniforms of male students from grade 1 to grade 5. The value of the vouchers has been increased up to 470, 745 and 645 rupees for female students from grade 1 to 5. The value of the vouchers has been increased up to 580 rupees for male students from grades 6 to 9. The values of vouchers has been increased up to 580, 850 and 730 rupees for the school uniforms of female students from grades 6 to 9, respectively, for cloth materials, frocks, skirts, jackets and further with relevant cloth material. The value of the vouchers has been increased up to 795 rupees for male students from grade 10 to 13. The value of the vouchers has been increased up to 645, 850, 1,065 and 850 rupees for the school uniforms of female students from grades 6 to 9, according to the Ministry of Education. The financial allocation of purchase robes for student theras in Pirivan education has also been increased. The ministry has encouraged the public to contact 1988 hotline number to lodge any complaints regarding school uniforms. The 25th commemoration of Professor Cyril Ponnam Perumal was held today at the National Primary Education Centre in Hantana, Kandy. The pioneer of National Primary Education Institute, Professor Cyril Ponnam Perumal, is a world-renowned intellectual who was responsible for the tests carried out on the soil brought down from the moon. In parallel to the ceremony, an auditorium and the Higher Research National Centre for Electronic Batteries were named after Professor Cyril Ponnam Perumal today. It was held under the patronage of Ministers Bandula Gunawardena and State Minister Thilanga Sumathipala. A commemoration seminar on Professor Cyril Ponnam Perumal will be held at the centre tomorrow.
Now, a new political segment for the public to directly convey their issues to the respective subject ministers is set to telecast via the national television from tonight. The program, named as Mahajana Dinaya, will be telecasted on every Tuesday. The main aim of the program is to establish a platform for the voice of the public. Cabinet Minister and Ministry Secretaries will take part in the program, and the journalists representing the general public will direct their questions to the ministers under the relevant subject matters. The Mahajana Dinaya program will telecast on every Tuesday from 10:30 p.m. onwards. Minister Bandula Gunawardena will take part in today's program. And that is a wrap of tonight's Primetime News. Until we meet again next time, do take care and good night.
Good night.